the Seattle Sounders unveiled the newest signing today in Osaze Derosario, and also the team packed their bags and headed for the game against the Houston.
Well, we nearly had it done last week, but obviously timeline was just over a year bringing him in and kind of teaching him, continuation of teaching him how to be a pro day in, day out. He's learned those habits, he's adapted well, and reward to our staff that's done a great job teaching him, but also to him for putting the work in. The contract itself was pretty straightforward. It was, hey, this is another opportunity, another step, but let's make no mistake about it. You're going to play some first team minutes, but anything less than 20 goals for the Defiance is a failure this year. And so, there's still pressure on him to perform at multiple levels. I think, physically he's adapted well to defenders in MLS, and he's able to hold the ball a little bit better. And that's really, kind of one of the things that was missing last year was that first touch, being able to hold it in pockets and then distribute. And we saw it a little bit at the end of the St. Louis game where a long ball was played in, he was able to hold it, play wide. And that part of his game, in addition to his movement in the box and his willingness to hunt crosses, is a nice opportunity.
The decision was coming not just last couple of weeks. Obviously, Jordan's re-injury probably had something to do with it, but Osaze's been on a track, upward trajectory. The kid's got good starting points, that's what I would say. So in our game, some of his hold-up play, his ability to be physical, and then he misses the goal, which everybody sees, but I liked what I saw in all the other important parts of the game. And then against the Timbers, scored a goal. Started the team to come back and, was involved with a lot of their attacking moments. And so that was a good performance.
Brian, just the integration process, like you said, you've done this before with the club. How do you get him in games? Kind of, what's that formula look like? I know it's fleeting.
He's going to come with us on the trip, so there might be some minutes for him. We still have to make sure that we've got a plan, but then the result of the first game might change the plan for games 2 and 3. But if there's any a chance that he can play, it's in the stretch of 2 weeks where we have 3 games in a week. So we'll integrate him as best we can, or when we need him, and that'll be an opportunity for him.
And then the character of a young man like that, he had a big name to live up to. And I asked Craig the same question. He said, he's humble.
Yeah, I would say that. He's a humble kid, works, does the work we ask him to do, never complains. I don't know what that's like, living in the shadow of someone like Dwayne Derosario. He was a MLS MVP. He's got a lot of accolades, so I'm sure there is parts of that is challenging. But certainly you could look at it the other way and say maybe his dad was a role model. You never know.
One question for you. I'm sorry. Can he play defense? Because that's your...
Okay. I was going to say he should have done better on the corner that Portland scored, but it was a foul against Andrew. But,
right.
At the far post, he's got a Mark McGraw, but, he'll get there. Look, he's here to, yes, do the defending that he needs to do from that position, but he's here to, score goals and make life difficult for center backs. That's what he's going to be good at.
Just to help the team, push forward through the season, get good results, and just make my stance and make my mark. To have a legendary father is a blessing. It's a blessing to be a son of a great soccer player in MLS, and the pressure is there, but it's there for me. It's something to look forward to. Well, I'm a physical player, and I like the physical game, so I feel like I would do just fine.
All right, so there you go. You heard from the younger